Hi everybody, in this video we're going to look at GCSE inverse proportion and how we can use ratio notation to solve real life problems. So we'll work through 4 examples and then we'll try an exam style question. In our first question, we're told it takes 45 minutes for 6 trainee bakers to bake a batch of cupcakes, and it takes 18 minutes for 3 experienced bakers to bake an identical batch. We've been asked to work out whether it would be quicker to use 8 trainee bakers or 2 experienced bakers to bake a batch of cupcakes. So the reason why this is inverse proportion, because as the number of bakers increase, the time taken to bake the cupcakes would decrease. So as one value increases, the other decreases. And this is inverse proportion. So inverse proportion is when one unit increases, the other decreases. So if we go back to the question, we're told that it takes 45 minutes for 6 trainee bakers. So our ratio becomes the number of trainee bakers to the time taken. And this is 6 to 45 minutes. And now we need to set up another ratio for experienced bakers. And this is where we're told it takes 3 experienced bakers 18 minutes. And we want to work out if it's quicker to use 8 trainee, so we'll write this here, or 2 experienced. So we need to work out the time taken for both. So the question is then, how do we go from 6 trainee bakers to 8? We can multiply the 6 by 8 over 6, and this will give us the 8. So for the time taken, because this is inverse proportion, we need to do the inverse of multiplying by 8 over 6. So we could divide by 8/6, or we could multiply by its reciprocal. I'm going to divide by 8/6. I could also simplify this fraction to make 4/3 here and here. So when we divide 45 by 8 over 6, we get 33.75 minutes. And then for the experienced bakers, to go from 3 to 2, we can divide by 1.5. And then we do the inverse to the time taken. So we'll multiply by 3 over 2. And 18 multiplied by 3 over 2 will give us 27 minutes. So you can see it's quicker to use 2 experienced bakers rather than 8 trainees, okay? So this is all about identifying that it's inverse proportion, because as the number of bakers increases, the time taken decreases. And then because it's inverse proportion, what we do to one side, we do the inverse to the other side. Let's try another example. In our second example, we're told it takes 40 minutes for 5 old machines to manufacture a batch of bolts, and it takes 16 minutes for 4 modern machines to manufacture an identical batch. We need to compare whether it's quicker to use 7 old machines or 3 new machines. So again, the first thing we need to do is set up our ratio. We have old machines to time taken, and 5 old machines take 40 minutes. And we want to work out the time for 7 old machines. And we have modern machines, where 4 modern machines take 16 minutes. And we want to work out the time for 3 modern machines. So for the old machines, we need to go from 5 to 7. So we'll multiply it by 7/5. And then for the other side, on time taken, we need to do the inverse of multiplying by 7/5. So we'll divide by 7/5. And we can work this out on our calculators, and we get 28.57 minutes. Now if we go to the modern machines, we want to go from 4 to 3. So we'll multiply by 3/4. And then for the time taken, we'll divide by 3/4. And when you divide 16 by 3/4, we'll get 21.3 minutes. So you can see it's about 7.27 minutes quicker to use 3 modern machines than 7 old machines. Okay, let's try another example. So do you want to read through example 3 yourself and then try and work out whether it's quicker to use 10 apprentice painters or 2 professional painters? You can pause the video and come back when you're ready. Okay, so welcome back. So the first thing we'll do is we'll set up the ratios. We're told it takes 8 apprentices, 60 minutes, and we want to work out the time for 10 apprentices. And it takes 3 professionals, 24 minutes. And we need to work out for 2 professionals. So for the apprentices, if we multiply by 10/8 or 5/4, then for the time, we'll do the inverse and we'll divide by 5/4. And this will give us 48 minutes. For the professional, we'll multiply by 2/3. So for the time, we'll divide by 2/3. And this will give us 36 minutes. So you can see it's 12 minutes quicker to use 2 professional painters than 8 apprentices. How did you get on with that? Let's try the next question. So do you want to read through example 4 and then give it a go? You can pause the video and come back when you're ready. So I've written the ratios. It takes 7 old machines 35 minutes. And we want to work out the least number of old machines to produce a batch more quickly than 3 new machines. And for the new machines, we've got 6 to take 20 minutes. And we want to work out the time taken for 3 new machines. To go from 6 to 3, we divide by 2. So on the other side, we'll multiply by 2, and we've got 40 minutes. And we can use this for the old machines with a time of 40. So to go from 35 to 40, we can multiply by 40/35. So on the other side, we'll divide by 40/35. And when you divide 7 by 40/35, we'll get 6.125. But we can obviously not have 6 1/8 of a machine. So the least number of machines that we need will be 7. Let's try one more question. So here we've got a problem solving question, which is very similar to the previous questions, but this involves algebra. So we're told that 3x plus 3 old printers can complete a task in 28 minutes, and 3x plus 4 new printers can complete the same task in 21 minutes. We're told that 14 old printers can complete the task in the same time as 11 new printers. We need to work out the value of x. So do you want to give this question a go yourself? You can pause the video, and when you come back, you can check you're working with mine. Okay, so we've got 3x plus 3 old printers, and this takes 28 minutes. And we've got 3x plus 4 new printers, and this takes 21 minutes. And 14 old printers can complete a task in the same time as 11 new printers. So the time here must be the same as this time here. So the question then is, how do we go from 3x plus 3 to 14? Well, we can multiply by 14 over 3x plus 3. And then on the other side, we could divide by 14 over 3x plus 3, but it'd be much easier to multiply it by its reciprocal, which is the same effect. So we're going to multiply this now by 3x plus 3 over 14, which is exactly the same as dividing it by this. It's just the notation becomes a little bit simpler. So we'll have 28 multiplied by 3x plus 3 over 14. And you can see that the 28 divided by 14 will give us 2. So we'll have 2 lots of 3x plus 3. And this will be the time. 2 lots of 3x plus 3. And now this time will be exactly the same as this time. So to go from 3x plus 4 to 11, we multiply by 11 over 3x plus 4. And then on the other side, we multiply by its reciprocal. So 3x plus 4 over 11. So we'll have 21 multiplied by 3x plus 4 over 11. So I can set this expression equal with this one. And then we just need to solve this equation. So the first thing I'll do is I'll move this division of 11 to the other side. And when I multiply both sides by 11, these will go. And now we just need to expand out these brackets. And we get 66x plus 66 will be equal to 63x plus 84. Now because I've got more x's on this side, we'll take away the 63x on both sides. These will cancel. And we'll get 3x plus 66 is equal to 84. We'll move these over to here. So 3x will equal 18. And then we'll divide both sides by 3 and x will equal 6. Okay? How did you get on with that? Well, thank you for watching. I hope you found that useful. If you want more practice on problems with inverse proportion, you can download the lesson, the worksheet, and the question generator from my website, mrmathematics.com. I'll leave a link below.